Let's make a glow beat for Ken Carson. Yo, what's going on, guys? I hope you all are doing well as always. Today we're going to be making kind of like the glow, me and my cup style Ken Carson beat. Before we get into that, I just want to say I'm sorry for the absence. I've been sick for like the past 2 weeks, so trying to get over that. But I'm feeling a little better, so I figured I would make this video. I've still been cooking up the whole time, just not really doing much content type stuff. But yeah. So for this one, we're at 140 BPM, and from what you can see from the MIDI, it's kind of like a bunch of little like chord stabs and like notes in between to give it like kind of that like consistent rhythm. And it's basically just a 2-bar pattern that's repeated the entire time, and then I have these root notes to give it like a bass line. So the first sound is from the Fragile Serum Bank by Sunboy. It's called Jump, and it sounds like this. So you can hear it's kind of got like a nice like bounce to it with the repetitive stabs. An important thing for these type of loops is to just keep layering the same MIDI and get stuff in higher octaves, the mids, and then something in the low. The second sound I have is from my boy A Shark. It's from one of his one-shot kits. It's called It's a Knife. It's a poly synth, so it's kind of like a pluck and a synth almost. But this has a lot more high end to it, so I layered it with the same MIDI. It sounds like this. And then the next thing I added was sort of just like a one-shot hit type thing, but it's from Serum. It's Alex Che's Bank. It's the lead, and it just sounds like this. So it just adds like a nice little like accent. And then to add a little bit to the low end, I just got a regular piano from Addictive Keys. It's just like a regular grand piano. I saw my boy Durkee do this. He does like this thing where he takes the root notes, and instead of having the lowest note hit every time, like 4 times on the bass line, he takes the lowest note out of the second part. So it just adds a little bit of variation where you get like a 2-note stab and then just the one higher note to kind of like build tension. So that's what this sounds like. And then another thing I noticed that a lot of these beats have is some like catchy ARP. So I went into Hive and I copied over the same MIDI pattern from before, and I used this preset called Canned Repeater, and I just rendered that out, but it sounds like this. So yeah, that just adds like, again, a nice sort of like rhythm to the high end. And then next I added another one-shot from Shark's kit, just like a low brass to accent the piano. So that sounds like this. And then the last 2 things I added were just some like one-shot leads. I think they're both from the Hardcore kit by Florency. So the first one, I just laid down this pattern with a bunch of like slide notes, and I added this just like gate to it. to make it a little bit choppier. That sounds like this. And I also added just a little bit of portal that's giving it kind of like the reverb. Then the last thing I added was another lead. It's called lead machine. It sounds like this. And I just added it at the end, these two notes, just to give like a little bit of transition between each 4 bars. It sounds like this. So yeah, that's it for the melody. All together it sounds like this. So yeah, now I'm going to show you how I did the drums. Yeah, so I kept this beat pretty simple. As far as like arrangement, I didn't even really take out any of the drums. And I think I did was just make like little pockets here and there. But for the first thing, we just got the snare. And then I added these 3 accent snares. And then I added just like a generic open hat and this like scream effect. So altogether the perks sound like this. So for the 808, I laid down a pretty simple pattern, just added this roll, and then I kind of left this space for this top 808 to carry over. You'll hear how that sounds. It kind of looks a little weird, but it sounds like this. And for all these drums, I pretty much used the Trinity kit by Dinox and Synthetic. Kit's crazy for any sort of like opium beats or like these hard like Carson type beats. So definitely check that out. So yeah, all together the drums sound like this. And yeah, that's pretty much the full beat. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, all that stuff. Let me know what you want to see from me in the future. Apologies again for my voice if it sounds a little shot. I'm trying to get over this sickness. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys later. Peace.